This is just Etho, show and tell, the coolest thing I've seen in Minecraft ever. Like, this is amazing. This is vanilla Minecraft, just weird Etho magic. Well, hello there, and welcome back to the wonderful worlds of Hermits and Crafting. And we're flying right through the middle of the happiest place in all of Hermitcraft, where, of course, we built these massive custom mountains and cliffs in our last episode to eventually be the home of our fantasy castle that will overlook the rest of our theme park build, Scarland, in our phase 2 of season 9 of Hermitcraft. And yeah, I know, I'm still putting off the castle build. I'll admit it, I'm terrified of Minecraft castles. I've despised them for many years, but I'm going to overcome my fear and hatred of Minecraft castles, and we're going to build something amazing very, very, very soon. But we do need something for the castle to sit on, of course, so that's why we have our mountains. And today we're going to fill these mountains with life, and we're going to make the coolest custom Minecraft biome you have ever seen. It is going to be a fantasy themed biome with custom trees and everything. It is going to be amazing. I'll explain more about what we have planned for the landscape in a little bit, but there are some other things that I want to work on, and that is finally adding the trolleys to the streets of Main Street. And I think I've got a trolley design, so I think we're going to put a trolley right here and right here. Now, the trolleys at Disneyland are horse-drawn trolleys. I think we're going to go in a little different direction for my park. I think you are going to love the design and the direction for our trolleys. Now, inside of these shops, we've got them all looking really nice structurally, but there is no life in them. There's no merchandise on the shelves. There are no workers behind the cash register. And of course, this shop sells our jelly ears and jelly headbands. So we need to start decorating the shops with the different merchandise. And of course, across the street, we have our jelly ice cream sandwiches, and we need to start putting these in the shops, so when the hermits come to Scarland, they can purchase the food and the hats. Now, that's not all I have. I have some more things coming to Scarland, things that I never thought were possible in vanilla Minecraft. We'll take a look at those in a moment. But first, I want to see if Grian has opened his Christmas present. He has not. This is a crime against Christmas to leave an unopened Christmas gift after Christmas, let alone New Year's. I want to jump right into building this mega custom biome. But before we get to building, we're going to need a whole lot of resources. And to get a whole lot of resources, there is but only one proper way to do that. And you can probably guess what that is. And if you haven't guessed already, it is super fast grind mode. Super fast build mode, and we've got ourselves a whole lot of resources and some strange and peculiar things inside some of these boxes here for our landscape. And we're gonna probably need way more of these, because that is gonna be one of the main components of our trees. And you can kind of see through all of the different resources we have. We got some fun things planned, all the sand and sandstone for the sea bottom, and I needed a whole lot more grass because, well, we used up most of our grass in our last episode. So our first order of business in our landscape today is to take a look at the Mandalorian ship. That is right. In our last episode, we were gifted through Secret Santa the Razor Crest from the Mandalorian, and this is one of the coolest vehicles I have ever seen in Minecraft. So a big thank you to my Secret Santa, Mythical Sausage. He made this with the Baby Yoda ears, the Mandalorian helmet, the Boba Fett helmet, and the Stormtrooper helmet. This was, like I said, one of the coolest gifts ever. So big thank you to the wonderful Mythic Sausage, because this is the first thing in our futuristic land to be built, which is amazing. Not only will we have the futuristic land, but we'll also have our adventure land here, where we're gonna have our jungles below us. We'll have some desert frontier areas, and of course an enormous volcano as the mascot, and it will erupt every 10 minutes. Doc, on the other hand, might not be happy with that, so we'll have to give him free ice cream cones for life in Scarland to soothe over that unfortunate news. Anyway, first project today in our landscaping is going to be fixing up the lagoon bottom. As you can see, we've got these janky edges of the sandstone and sand that just kind of drops off there, looking very, very ugly. So I'm going to clean, refine this area, make it look a whole lot better, because it's something that if you look at it, you don't really realize that it's ugly until you have it built up and cleaned, like right here. And as you can see, that is a big difference from what I just showed you. You can see how the sand goes into the bottom. The bottom's a little darker, so it looks super deep. And if we jump into submarine mode, you can see all the beautiful plant life we have under the seas here. So I think that looks really... Whoa, we're going backstage of Scarland. I think there is an onstage cave entrance. There we are. Ouch. Ow. That like hurt me in real life. Anyway, I think this looks so much better, and it's just a taste of what we're going to do in today's episode. Oh, well, hello there. Back into submarine mode, we are taking one last look here at our seaweed, our dripstone pointing towards the surface, and some dead logs that are sticking up. We have some very advanced audio animatronics here to give you a sense of foreboding if you've gotten too deep into the lagoon. So yeah, this is something, like I said, that you might not notice subconsciously, but when you see it complete, you're like, oh wow, yeah, that was ugly. I never realized that. So yeah, I'm super glad we spent the extra time making our sea bottom look a little bit better. But now I want to turn my attention to the cliffs with something that we did in season 8, where we played around with shadows using a lot of different kinds of blocks to create our mountains. And I wanted to bring that to the cliffs, but we're going to use a lot of moss, cobbly moss, and make it really feel like the Northwest of the United States where I live, where it's always raining and misty, and our streetlights haven't turned off in 2.5 months because it's so dark. I don't think we've seen the sun in 2.5 months. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Time to get this rock face looking good. As it stands right now, it is a blank slate for our imagination to imprint our creativity upon it and to add some more definition and, of course, character to it. And as you can see, we've got the cobble moss here. We have cyan, dark gray concrete, even highlights with light gray concrete and wool, just bringing out the elements of the rock a whole lot more. That waterfall is boring. We're going to fix that in a moment. But as you can see here, I think that looks really fantastic. And just these lower areas, enhancing the shadows, enhancing the areas where, of course, water will accumulate on the rock, creating the moss and the more damp area of the cliffs. So I think that looks absolutely fantastic. But as I said, that waterfall is relatively boring. It's just flowing down. I think we can add a whole lot more character to it. So with a bit of a spin of our imagination, we've got something looking a lot better. Look at all the tumbly water as, of course, the waterfall crashes down from above. An enhanced amount of moss, because it is a waterfall after all, so it'd be very damp and humid in that area. So I think that looks way better throughout this area. Now, up at the top here, as you can see where the water kind of dips down over the cliff, I think we can do like a really cool water stream through here, but we won't do that until the castle is installed and ready to go. So hopefully you've liked this phase here of enhancing the rock, adding more details, and of course, just creating more character to the rock. And by the way, there is a little secret cove back here, which I think looks kind of neat. No purpose other than to look cool. Now that we have our custom bottom done, we've got some super detailed designs in our cliff faces. It's time to turn our attention to the top. That's right. I don't have a fun technical term for that. I guess it's just the top, but that is where the custom biome comes in. We're going to turn the entire grass area into a custom biome with 2 unique tree types, a whole bunch of bushes, and enhanced rock work, which I think is going to look absolutely fantastic. Very excited for you to see that. But I have a gift for you. That's right, something you've all been asking for quite some time, and you can probably guess what that is by the sound ever increasing in the background. That's right, it's time for super fast build mode. super fast build mode, and we've got our custom fantasy landscape now complete, looking stunning with our sunset closing in behind the mountain. And you can see here highlighted with the sunset, 2 brand new custom Minecraft trees. One of them is inspired by an artist that I want to talk about in a moment, which I think you'll love. But you can see the moss, all the different types of plants and flowers, and even custom mushrooms. This was not an easy landscape to complete. I thought this would just take a couple days to design, gather, and build. Unfortunately, it took over a week and a half. But I think in the end, we've got something really spectacular and a great backdrop for our fantasy castle, because basically this entire landscape here is an animation background for the character, which is of course going to be the castle, which ties into the artist that I mentioned a moment ago. And these trees right here, as you can see, the ones with the moss and the diorite or granite, those are inspired by an artist of the name Ivan Earl. Ivan Earl was a Disney artist back in the 50s who was responsible for the very stylized design that made up the movie Sleeping Beauty. So a wonderful, just amazing and very unique artist. So just a little tribute to Ivan Earl and his incredible background designs and his tree designs. And yeah, that's where the inspiration for these trees have come from. These are some of my favorite new custom trees here. We have our pine trees. I love the little root systems that they have at the bottom. And of course, the Ivan Earl inspired trees. There's our mushrooms and of course, moss with a little bit of stone. And of course, speaking of the stone, we have some big rocks over here. And the fun part about these is they have some shading, right? They have some light colors. They have some darker colors mixed in, just giving them a little bit more depth. What in the world? How did I die? Why is B-Dubs laughing at me over on the right-hand side? Look at it. Do you see his face mocking me from afar? Little do you guys know, I've actually died 6 times making this video and lost my stuff twice. And in that process, I have become very frustrated with Minecraft, and I want to know if you agree with me. If you want to name a tool, weapon, or piece of armor, it should be free and or just 1 XP point, because it has no bearing on the gameplay. It is just a cosmetic thing. It should have cost 32 XP points to, you know, name a bow Hawkeye. Anyway, here is our custom mushrooms, and they are looking amazing. Lots of different styles and varieties, and I even broke down and put Minecraft flowers in the design. I hope you are proud of me, because I've always despised Minecraft flowers, but I think these are suitable. Now, these are real Minecraft flowers, the coral, looking amazing. So now that we've gotten our landscape complete, we can move on to the trolleys. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. The trolley project is our first endeavor in bringing life to the parks. We have our beautiful buildings, we have our walkways, and now our landscape, but we need the things that are the small human elements to make this place feel alive, and that is the trolley. So our first trolley is going to go right here. Now, strangely, as I've been working on a lot of different trolley designs in a test world, it actually looks like this building. It is using the crimson and the birch, and strangely, where I want to place our other trolley, it matches the color palette of this area being green, unintentionally, but very strange how that worked out. Have you seen the short that I uploaded about Jelly and how my in real life cat Jelly became officially added to Minecraft by Mojang? It's a good little short, and if you already know the story, at least you can enjoy some fun pictures of Jelly. Trolley building time, but before we get to that, what do you think about taking the Christmas decorations down? Should we leave them up for one more episode or take them down? But anyway, what do you think of my brand new trolley here on Main Street? Now, this is an electric trolley. Disneyland has their horse-drawn trolley, so this is our unique style for our own park, which I think looks absolutely amazing. The colors and everything, got the little bell there, the wheels down on the track, and it's super easy just to hop right up on and you ride down Main Street. As you can see above here, we have some paintings, and those are for advertisements, very traditional to trolleys. Up here, the driver's seat, driving our brand new trolley. Now, if we take flight and we dodge the garland, You can't quite see it, but it's got like a really cool slope to the roof line. So I think that looks really, really nice. But yeah, what do you think so far of it? Now, the green one. This is one of my favorite views in the entire park here. Sitting on Main Street, looking into the future fantasy realm area just makes me super happy. Now, I do have a bit of a concern with the sight lines once we install the trolleys. So let me know what you think about that when we get there. But on either end of this plaza is where I was going to build some concession stands. But unfortunately, we are standing on a half slab floor, which ruins the design. I got to take that back to the drawing board. But speaking of sight lines, does the trolley ruin the symmetry of the lines here? As you know, Main Street is perfectly symmetrical. So having this here, does it block it? Does it ruin it? Let me know. But from this angle, you can see that sloping roof line and the light, which I don't think I mentioned before. And at the very tippity top, we have our little antenna there. So this is the green version. If there are any other color trolleys you want me to make, let me know in the comments. These are the two designs I think look great, but maybe I'm missing something with another type of color that we can have, because I want to add more of these as I'm a little trolley crazy at the moment. But yeah, I don't think this ruins the symmetry. Symmetry? No, false symmetry. There we are. Thank you, False. Your name helped me with that word. Thank you. Remember this building? In my next episode, we are finally opening the Hawkeye headquarters. With the opening of the Hawkeye headquarters, that means the hermits will be able to buy, oh, this might be too much, signed autographs of Hawkeye. Even, yeah, shirtless ones. Anyway. I told you it might be a little too much. Anyway, there is our red trolley, and just on the other side of our pink trees, of course, is our green trolley, looking absolutely fantastic. Now, as I mentioned, I had some new items to debut in today's episode, but unfortunately, our carts that were supposed to go here and there did not work out. So I've got to take those back to the drawing board, and when they come back, they'll be better than ever. But at least we got this absolutely massive, some may even say a mega landscape, finally complete. And I am so thankful for each and every one of you for being very patient, as this episode took an extended amount of time to complete, not only building, designing, but also some stuff in my personal life that was making it very tough, like my injury to my vocal cords and a whole lot more. So once again, always very, very appreciative of each and every one of you beautiful souls out there that watch the videos. So thank you. And until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch videos. And if you believed videos are rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later. And don't subscribe, because you may just become scarred for life.